In his first TV interview since he abruptly resigned, a former Immigration and Customs Enforcement spokesman opens up about why he quit back in March. James Schwab alleges that he was asked to spread a lie for the Trump administration. Our cameras were rolling as Homeland Security agents from the Inspector General's office unexpectedly showed up at his door yesterday. They appeared during an interview with Jamie Yuccas. She joins us from outside the ICE office in San Francisco. Jamie, that was a surprise. Good morning.
It was a surprise. Good morning, Gayle. James Schwab says before he resigned, he worked for the federal government for 17 years, most recently here at the Immigration and Customs Bay Area headquarters. He admits that he was asked to spin information for both the Obama and Trump White Houses. But he says he felt compelled to resign after the current administration told him to lie about an incident that pitted the government against Oakland's mayor.
Tensions in the San Francisco Bay Area were running high in February over a series of raids carried out by federal agents with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. With the guidance of his superiors in Washington, D.C., it fell to James Schwab to communicate with journalists about those raids.
The day before the operation took place, the Oakland mayor surprised us and announced our operation.
Here's my message to Mayor Schaaf. How dare you?
How dare you distort the reality?
She was putting your officers' lives potentially in danger.
Correct. We end up arresting 232, which is 16% higher than our highest estimates. So internally, that was considered a success. But what they publicly said was that she let people go.
And that wasn't true
to you? It's not true, right.
Schwab helped craft a statement to the media saying some of them were able to elude us thanks to the mayor's irresponsible decision. He was comfortable with that statement, he says, because it included the words "some of."
This is a spin statement. This is what every public affairs officer does.
A week later, Attorney General Jeff Sessions' language was noticeably different.
ICE failed to make 800 arrests that would have been made if the mayor had not made her statement. Those are 800 wanted criminals that are now at large in that community.
That made you uncomfortable?
Completely false. Yes, that made me extremely uncomfortable.
When reporters asked him to clarify the discrepancy, Schwab says he was instructed by his superiors in Washington to simply refer to the original statement he drafted without disputing Sessions' version of events.
After they failed to correct it, it's a flat-out lie. They know it's a lie. It was just shocking to me that no one wanted to fix that.
Troubled by what he saw as public deception, Schwab turned in his resignation.
I could not fathom staying at an organization that was okay with lying to the American public. I hate that. In 17 years, in the military, at the Department of Defense as a civilian, at NASA, and now at Homeland Security, I have never been asked to lie. I have never been asked to perpetuate a lie, which is the same as lying.
When we talked to Schwab on Wednesday, some 3 months after he quit, we were interrupted by a surprise.
He was a very persistent human being.
He had unexpected visitors at the front door of his home.
I can't speak with you.
Well, why are you guys here?
I can't speak with you about that. But if you...
The men identified themselves as agents from the Department of Homeland Security Inspector General's office.
Is this about the incident
Please
that
don't
happened with
interrupt.
James?
Are you going to call me?
We're in his home, so I have every right
I'm
to
talking to him. This is confidential, okay?
What was that about?
They just said that they wanted to talk to me about the leak with the Oakland mayor.
Were you surprised to see them?
Completely shocked, unexpected.
Did you ever contact the Oakland mayor's office?
No, I've never met her before. I never contacted
You didn't
Libby
email?
Schwab. I never
leak any
emailed.
information?
Never. I would never tell her. I would never tell anyone. They were very serious. He was very stern with me, and it was concerning.
Do you think that was an intimidation technique?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why 3 months later are we doing this? This is intimidation. And this is why people won't come out and speak against the government.
Do you believe that other agencies are struggling with this? Their spokespeople are struggling with what you've gone through?
I know that they are because they've reached out to me.
Schwab says he's speaking out now because he's talked to others in the federal government with similar concerns.
That's one of the most important reasons that I'm doing this, is that so that people hear that someone else stood up, that someone else said no and was concerned with it, to actually prepare and stand out in front of the public and perpetuate something that you know is absolutely false is not okay. And no special agent from Department of Homeland Security is going to stop me from saying that.
We reached out to ICE. They said they disagree with Schwab's characterization that he was asked to lie. They also pointed out that the mayor's actions did allow at least some targets to evade arrest. Homeland Security did not get back to us about any investigations into who leaked details about the raid. And although Schwab is a registered Democrat, he says it has nothing to do with his decision to resign and to speak out. Vlad.
What an incredible moment there, Jamie. What was going through your mind as these men showed up at the door?
Well, when we first heard the knock, it was kind of out of place. Everybody seemed to think, you know, what's going on here? They weren't expecting anybody to come to the house. He had some family members there as well who had come to watch the interview. So it was a total surprise to everyone. Once we heard that it was Homeland Security, that's how they identified themselves, we quickly went downstairs and, as you saw, tried to ask them some questions. They wanted nothing to do with us. I can tell you that James Schwab seemed a little bit nervous about them being there, and then seemed very angry afterward. He had to calm some of his family members down and reassure them that things were going to be okay.
An incredible moment there. Thank you, Jamie.
The fact that he's speaking out, I wonder if others will speak out too, since he says that he knows that other people feel the way he did. I think it's very brave what he's doing.
Yeah, someone who apparently, it looks like he has served his country for many years.
Right. Or will they be intimidated, though, when you know that they could just show up at your door at any moment in time?